it going? Wanted to show off my game I've been working on a little bit. So I built all of this in maybe like 5 or 6 hours. Did some learning and stuff. Mostly learning about how like file systems work. But this is my game. I'm calling it Galaxy, and the idea is that um, there's a galaxy, and you go explore it, and you meet aliens, and you build colonies and stuff, and the goal is to get here, and get all the materials and stuff. So right now this is kind of just like the navigation screen prototype. Um, it's kind of like turn-based if you see up here in the upper left that I wrote the turn that we're currently on. So like Civilization, the game's kind of turn-based where you get to move once each turn, and so right here I have um, I have a fleet that's controlled by a player. So this is like representing like some ships in orbit, and like later you'll be able to go into like the planet system and manually fly these ships around to different places and build colonies and stuff. And right here is a alien fleet. So this one is NPC. It's not controlled by the player. Um, and it basically wanders around. I'm working on a function right now to make it want to go to a specific star. So we want to go here. I'm working on that function. Actually, I wrote that function. Just have yet to implement it. So like here, if we advance the turn, we can see that this guy travels to some star within a certain range. He only has so much fuel. Here's another NPC. It's also traveling. They basically just find a star to orbit. Now I can select the fleet here controlled by the player, and I can see certain stuff like how much fuel it's got, how many vessels are in it, the star it's located in. Oh, and check this out. I worked on the function to autonomously name each of the stars, so I can randomly generate a name. So this star right here is called Pitorlo. This one's Dark Familia. You get a little bit of weird words. I only spent like 30 minutes on this naming thing, so this one's called Real. Dummy and Falto. Drumlix. Oh, I can't even pronounce that one. That's hard to pronounce. Gilangigal. Dinio. Genofica. Yeah, like they're definitely words. Kind of nonsense words, but anyways, I could control the fleet. If I press this button, it opens up the navigation window, or it shows me. Yeah, it opens up the navigation controls, and it shows me what the stars I can go to. So I can select these stars, and it'll go there. Right now I don't have a lot of fuel though, so if I refuel my vehicle, give it more fuel, and now I go navigate, it can go to a lot more places. So part of the game we'll be trying to build these refueling infrastructure so you can travel around the galaxy. So you have to build colonies, and the colonies will have to mine resources, help you build ships and fuel them and stuff. So the red lines take up most of my fuel, and the yellow lines don't take up nearly as much, and the green ones take up barely any fuel. But if I click on this button, it will, it will go there, so you can navigate the galaxy. And right now, Galaxy's kind of small, but I'm going to add arms to it later. And the arms are going to be procedurally generated. Right now, I just need just the basics for testing purposes. You can't move. If you already moved on the turn, you can't move again. So if I try to move, it doesn't let me. Even if I refuel it, try to move, doesn't let me. But if I advance to the next turn, you can see it's next turn because these guys are moving. And then now I can move again. Let's go to this big blue star right here. This one. It's our buddy. Could send him to the red star maybe. I have a third fleet in here. I want to add a fourth, but the game's being a little glitchy, so or the files. Kind of a little hard to edit the files if it's being written into at the time. Or the game is not reading from the files I want it to read from. It's reading from files it created in a different directory I can't access, um, or a different folder I can't access. I'm trying to figure out how to get there now. Let's advance the turn one more. Yeah, and so, this will get more complicated as time will go on. You'll be able to build colonies on planets, you'll be able to be inside the star or inside the solar system and actually see, the planets and the moons and stuff, and there'll be like real orbital mechanics. So, oh, and here's the cool thing. So if I close the program and then I open it back up, it actually saves the location of where I put my stuff. And this is very important to make the game actually playable. So now I can switch screens and ran out of fuel. Right now I'm just having the refuel just be set to my key. Later though it'll be more complicated. You have to go down to the planet and get fuel, or you have to go to like a planet with infrastructure, or a star with infrastructure I should say. And yeah. You'll see. I'll make more of these videos once I get further along. It'll be enjoyable. Let's see where the AI goes. These graphics are like really simple right now, but it actually doesn't look half bad. Like I was thinking it looked pretty ugly, but it doesn't really look that bad right now. Yeah, and like if for say example, let's see which one. I want you. Let's say for example, these two fleets happen to intersect. It'll trigger like an event where you'll be in the solar system. They'll load all the ships opposite of you, and you'll be able to like communicate with them and stuff. And I think it'd be pretty cool. Alright. Let's see, which one is it? It's this guy. So now you got two fleets in the same spot. But like in the future, later that'll mean okay, time for like a space battle, or maybe something else. Space battle is the only thing I can really think about right now. But like you'll at least be able to communicate with them. Maybe it'll just be in the same star system as you. They can build like their own planet, or I'm not really sure yet if I'm gonna build like a AI that or algorithms that generate cities on the planets. I know how to generate the planets now pretty easily. Like the actual physical planet with the ground that you can build on. Anyways, I think I'll just zoom out. Let that be your loading screen or something. It'll look better, I promise. I'll make it pretty good.